Hey, my name is Marty Markinson. I work as a augmented reality product manager, and today I'm going to show you a fun and interactive way to build augmented reality content that you can send to your friends. I'm going to be using Facebook's Spark AR platform to build this fall filter with all these nice leaves that are gently floating down. So can start by using the floating particles sample application. It's pretty close to what we want. So I'll get that started with a double click, and here we go. So switch over so that my face is showing. Hello, hello. I'm back in Spark AR world. Make myself bigger. All right. So this is actually pretty close to what I want to do with the fall leaves, but we've got these yellow orbs instead of leaves. So I'm going to start by making them into leaves. So I found a nice icon I like. I use this website icons8.com, and found this nice little orange leaf. So I will show you how to do that. And they provide free icons, but I'll put a link in the description so that they get the appropriate credit for this video. So I'm going to add from my computer. Here it is. And nothing happened, but that's because, well, we didn't wire it up yet. So I'm going to take one of these. We'll start with the background emitter, and we are going to make a new material. Ooh, they're black. And it's always good to name these, so we'll call these red leaves, because we're going to want red and orange leaves. And we're going to use our autumn leaves. Now, those aren't very red, those are pretty black, but we can change that pretty quickly by changing the shader type to flat. And very quickly, I'm going to turn off these other emitters. They're kind of distracting, so that we can just focus on this background first. All right, well, I have never been a part of the fall season with the falls floating upwards, which is actually kind of fun, but I'm going for more of a realistic look with this filter, with the leaves falling down. Despite the cartoon look of them, I want it to be realistic. So the way we can do that is there's actually a force being applied on these particles, and it's being applied, in this case, the Y direction. So that's why they're getting pushed up. But we want them to be in the opposite, so that would be a force of negative 0.05. And they'll slowly start changing. You'll kind of see that. And very quickly, let's get some more space. All right. Enter. Oh, there we go. Now they're slowly changing, following the nice parabola shape, if you guys are into that kind of math stuff. So here we go. They're falling down, but they are being created actually much lower than the scene. So slowly we'll run out of actual of these in our background, because they're now all below it for the most part. A couple raining down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the emitter above my head, actually pretty far above my head, and this will make sure that they are generated above me. Yeah, here we go. Love it. Even higher. Nice. And actually, so I can see some of them spawning kind of in the middle of the background, which is also kind of fun, but I'm going for this realistic fall vibe, and I've never just seen, leaves appear out of nowhere. So we'll drag it up even more. We'll go to 5. And let's see. Are there any of those crazy spawning leaves? No, they seem to be well above it. So that is looking good, which is great. So now it is time to bring in the leaves that are going to be in the foreground. So this will give us a little perspective so that it looks like there are leaves in front of us and behind us, and it gives you that really kind of 3D feel to the filter. So we'll do this one at a time. And here we go. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to make this from the particle material foreground to the red leaves, which are very orange, but we can change them to be red in a second. Same idea. I want these falling down, not up. So I'll bring them above my head and to the left a little bit. And I'll give it a negative force, negative y. And slowly you'll see that it's starting to move, And 0x. Hopefully I got this right. And they're starting to drip down slowly but surely. But you'll notice they're actually disappearing before they make it to the frame. So what we can do is we can extend the life of a leaf. We can do that through life length. Give it a length of 5. Hopefully that will help. And actually, I think that might have been incorrect. Lifespan. Here it is. 20 seconds. There we go. That is what we want. 20 seconds, and we want it to be a little bit stronger in the Y direction. All right, here we go. There's one. The leaf just fell in front of my face. That's nice. That's what I want. There's another one. All right, I'm checking it out. Looks pretty good. I do want them to be spawning a little bit quicker. I think that would be nice. So we can change the birth rate to start with 0.6. See what that looks like. The length to 0. All right, so that is looking better. We got leaves to falling forward and backwards. And what I want to add is an extra color. So I want there to be red leaves and orange leaves. Since I already named this one red leaves, we'll actually change this color to be more of a red. It's pretty deep. Whoa. So there's our red leaves. Nice, nice, nice. A little bit lighter. That's a nice orangey red. Like that. And we're going to do a new material, and we're going to make these ones orange. So add an asset, material, name it, orange leaves. We will give it a texture, same autumn, but this one will be more of an orange color. Okay, and it will actually turn this to be visible so that we can see this as we edit the color. Those are pretty black leaves. But what we want to do is make this flat, and there we go. Okay, so it's kind of pretty close to that red. Maybe something like that. Ooh, that looked like puke. All right, I like that. So we got orange and red leaves, and we want to do the same thing with this emitter, which is to bring it up. Now I'm going to have these ones fall a little bit to the right. Okay, so there was one thing we need to do was put the force in the negative y direction, bump it up a little bit, maybe 0.05, and we need to make sure the lifespan that it lasts long enough to make it to the bottom. So it's like about 20 seconds. All right, so we got leaves raining in front of me, behind me, around me. Kind of dodging them left and right. And I want to make the background have some of those as well. So I am going to copy and paste that background. Whoops. So I can end up here. And we'll make this one be those orange leaves. Here they are. Okay, here we go. Lots of fall foliage. It is just raining these leaves. And they're kind of, I think there's too many in front of me, so I am going to lower that birth rate and about in half. So that will be a little bit less distracting. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Everyone knows no face filter is done without a pair of sunglasses. Every face filter's got sunglasses, so that's the next step. This background is really not that necessary. So we'll turn that off, and we are going to add some sunglasses. So here we go, 3D object, Havana. And now that these are in the scene, we'll make that material also flat so that they look more appealing. Ooh, what happened here? So I made the lens flat, and now I will make this flat. There we go. Some nice fall sunglasses. And we need to make sure that these stick to my head. So we'll do a face tracker. And then we'll bring the sunglasses to child. All right, now I'm looking good. There's some new things came up, like these leaves now have a square in front of them, and that actually has to do with their texture. So we can change that pretty quickly. We can do that by checking this alpha test. So alpha test check, alpha test check. Ooh. Something froze. Let me go back to this. She seems to be working fine. How about my face cam? All right, am I back? I'm back. I'm back. The leaves look good. They're no longer cutting out, but there's another little fun bug that we're going to work through, which is if I bring my head forward, the leaves actually go between the glasses and my face is what they look like, but that's not what we want. We want those leaves to be in front of my face. So that has to do with this concept of layering, and that tells the program which piece of content should it draw on front of the other. And we need to fix this so that it knows that these leaves should be drawn in front of my face. So we are going to add a new layer, foreground layer, and this has been kind of taken over by all the face content. So we're going to rename this as sunglasses, and then we're going to add a new layer, which is going to be foreground with a capital. This one's very important because sunglasses are also very important. And we actually want this to be the front one. And we'll take the foreground emitters and say, you are now the foreground. And we'll take the foreground emitters and say, you are now the foreground layer. And then there's one extra thing we need to change, which is in the rendering of the materials. We go to advanced. That's right, we're getting advanced. And if we uncheck both of these, it should have fixed that. So we can test this. I just did it with the red one. Oh, and I picked the wrong leaves. So we can fix this by going to advanced and unchecking both of these. And this should make the red ones in front. There we go. That worked. Orange one, red one. So we'll do the same with the orange ones. We're advanced, so we'll double check. All right. Hey, it's working. It is working. Sweet. All right. The last step is taking a sip of coffee. And the step after the last step is to make sure that this gets properly occluded, which means that you shouldn't. Objects in real reality should be blocking the objects in the augmented reality. So if you look at this side of this sunglasses, this should actually be invisible. Disappear through the magic of occlusion. So to start that off, we'll give myself a face mesh. Don't I look great? And we'll add a new material, and we'll give this material an opacity of 1. And then through the magic of layers, we'll add a new occlusion layer. Occlusion. And we will drag it between the sunglasses and user layer. And next we need to do some advanced rendering techniques. Let's make sure that the face mask is going to chosen as occlusion. So this looks fine and dandy. And let's just make sure that it looks good as I'm behind the canvas and above the canvas. And I think we've done it. So awesome. Thanks for watching. If you want a pair of these sunglasses, the 3D models to use in your project, put a survey below, and if you fill that out, I'll send you a link with 3 set of models. Thanks, and I'll check in the next video.